Hello, hello. Hey, Mom, how are you? Welcome to Coffee Chat with me. Yeah, good afternoon, Catherine Oster. And I don't have coffee today, but I have a nice chilled glass of wine and it is delicious. So cheers. Jackie G, how are you? Good afternoon, lady. I'm just gonna chit chat for a few minutes and see if any more people will be joining us live. So, for those of you that have never caught a coffee chat before, hi! And to those of you that are here and have been listening, hi! I am Catherine Oster and I'm a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness. And coffee chats are all about how I use these tools of access consciousness in my life and what change has shown up. Now, today is a chit chat about the foundation class. As you already know, or you might not know, I have a foundation class coming up. Hey, Colleen! Cheers, lady! I have a foundation class coming up on our farm, August 15th. It's 4 days long, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. So it starts on a Sunday, goes to a Wednesday. And I'm also, the Saturday before that, on August 14th, I'm facilitating a bars class here on the farm with horses. And so a lot of people are like, what the heck is foundation? And yeah, what is foundation? Now, there's not a lot. I'm going to tell you the facts about foundation. And then I've actually been checking in with all of the people, most of the people that have taken a foundation class with me in the last year, saying hi and asking them what has changed in their life. Hello, Lori. How are you? What has changed in their life since they've taken this class? So, and it's just been a mishmash of everything. So, facts about foundation. The foundation class is 4 days long. 4 days. You require to take a bars class. An access bars class is a prerequisite to taking the foundation class. You learn energetic body processes. So access bars is actually an energetic body process where you pull energy through the body from 32 different points on the head. And in the foundation class, you learn 4 more body processes. I think there's 4, maybe there's 5. I can't remember for sure exactly. So every day you are on the massage table receiving body processes. And the gift of these access consciousness body processes is they allow your body to release stuck energies and to change things. Now, we can lock judgments in our body, conclusions in our body, like energetically, and dis-ease is actually what if it's an energy that is projected? What if it can change? And so I was actually chatting with a gal who took a foundation with me this past year, and I remember her in the foundation class, and one of the things she asked to change throughout this 4-day class was a bladder infection. So every time that she would have sex with her partner, she would come out with a raging bladder infection, like instantaneously right after. And she's been with her partner for years, and this has been going on for years. And she has seen doctors, and she has seen medical, tried different sorts of medicine to try to change this, and nothing would change it. And this was her 3rd foundation class, and each foundation class that she had taken previous was with a different facilitator. So she gets to the class, and she even waited, I think, until like maybe even day 2 or later day 1 to really ask for what she would like to change this bladder infection. So they weren't having sex ever, which wasn't fun in that relationship because she would always have a bladder infection. And in fact, he was even scared. Like if she was like, okay, let's do it. Her partner was like, no, I don't want to because I don't want to see you in pain after with this bladder infection. So anyway, And she just asked, and then we just carried on with the class. Like we run verbal clearings in the class, we run body processes. So I can't tell you, and she can't tell you either, exactly what it was that changed this for her. But when I messaged her a few days ago, I sent her a voice memo. I'm like, hey, how are you? How's life since foundation? Do you have any questions? I'm here. And she's like, oh my God, Catherine, I have been wanting to tell you, but I didn't want to jinx it, so I never said anything. But the bladder infections have been gone, totally gone since the foundation class. And she's like, I just can't believe it. Like I'm like a whole new woman and everything is possible and anything can change. And I remember she had so much doubt in her world, in her reality, that this could actually change. Like she really doubted it, but there was some element of her, whatever she was ready to release and let go, whatever clearings we ran, she was willing to get really vulnerable and talk about this, and we asked questions around it, and we asked her body questions, and it changed. Like, I was shocked, and I'm like, hey, can I talk about this on Coffee Chat? And she was like, hell yeah, I want more people to know that things can change, literally as if by magic, because like I said, there was no set protocol that we took. It just changed. And so another aspect is, like, if you have taken a foundation class before, you get repeat pricing for the foundation class within 12 months. And so repeat pricing means you just pay 50%. So if this is your first foundation class that you're considering, it is 1,600 Canadian dollars, which for me at the time was a really big chunk of money. I had never spent that much money on myself ever before. But there's some money tools that you can get to work using. You can start asking questions like, and it's interesting. Money follows joy. That's what I've learned. Yes, Lori, you're right. Anything can change at any moment. And so if you're choosing things in your life that bring you more joy, that light you up, money will typically follow along and show up in ways that you've never imagined possible if you're willing to ask the question, what else is possible with money that I've never considered before? So there's that bit. But anyway, back on track. Taking a foundation class with different facilitators is huge because every facilitator has a different ability, a different presence, a different energetic contribution, and opens up a different space for you to choose and change things. Now, the really cool thing since COVID hit is that all of these foundation classes are also available online with facilitators around the world. Hey, Kyla! So you can take a foundation class online with any facilitator. The thing about online is you don't get the hands-on body processes, which I think is really key to truly release, let go, and receive with your body. What else about foundation? Do you guys have any questions about this class? If you do, you can go ahead and type them in the comments. It is a game changer. So one of the really big things, it also, like, body processes allow you to let go of the past. Running, like, the discussions that we have, running the clearings allow you to let go of the past. When I look back at my life, before I took a foundation class, before I found Access Consciousness, so much of my past was like drug into my future, or like drug into my present. I was living so much from my past. I wouldn't let anything go. And one really crazy example of that is in my relationship with my husband, Travis. So we started dating when I was in grade 11, actually. And I went to university in Saskatoon at the U of S after I graduated. I was there for 5 years. I did a 4-year degree, and then I stayed for a year after to work as a barn manager at a riding stable, which was cool. And that's when I got my riding lesson instructor certification. Anyway, so Travis was here back home farming with his parents. They had cattle, etc. And he would never come to visit me, like rarely, like Honestly, in 5 years, he maybe came down like 3 times. And it really made me angry, actually. I would let that energy of I'm not good enough for him to want to come to this city. Whatever. I carried that around for like a long time, and I let that create like bitterness and resentment, like those energies in our relationship. And so, and I would use them as like, it would destroy things, you know? And so when I was holding on to that and always projecting that, and the relationship, like our relationship before it was just really not that great. There was like, we were always butting heads. I was always resentful for him of the past. Like things would be going fine, and then all of a sudden I would just bring it up again in my head, and I would just get pissed off, you know? I had a hard time letting it go. What was really true though is that he actually couldn't afford this city, and he was embarrassed about it. And I think he finally told me that, like, I don't know, like a little while ago, but he was like, I had no money, like nothing, you know, there was the drought in 2002 and 2003 with the cows, and it actually had nothing to do with, it wasn't about me at all, actually. And so finally allowing myself to see beyond the resentment and the bitterness, and that I wasn't worthy, which it actually wasn't about that. And us actually being able to have a conversation about it where I wasn't mad at him, and we could actually just speak, and we were actually listening to each other. Then things started to change, and then we were both showing up differently in the relationship, and our relationship has evolved like 1,000 times over the last 7 years. Where it is now, I honestly, there was things between us that I didn't think could change, and that was one of them, but it has. And so how does it get better than that? And Lori said, I feel the connection between the person and the facilitator is key. Yeah, totally. And it's like, you know, like if you're drawn to a certain facilitator, they are being an energy or opening up a space that is available for you to choose something with them. And then another facilitator might pop later. Like, it's really cool, actually. And so, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I remember in my first foundation class, the discussion, like the things we talked about, nobody has ever talked about that with me before. But it was like, I knew, like it actually made sense. I was like, oh my God, these conversations are so out there and weird, but holy shit, that's actually true. And nobody's ever said that before to me. Now I have this information, and I was like blown away. Like, and then, yeah, it's so cool. So anyway, that's some facts about foundation class. So if you are interested at all, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to chat with you about the class. And if money is a little bit sticky for you, we can jump on Zoom for like 15 minutes. I can give you some money tools that you can start working to create the cash. And there is something about the price, you know, because it was even a facilitation for myself to actually get that money together and choose it for me. I wasn't letting the money stop me when it was time for me to change and choose the stuff that I was asking to choose and change. You get to that space where you're willing to do whatever it takes, and then you're also in the space of you're willing to have the change. And so, yeah. Okay. And even the bars class, you know what I talked about with Travis about holding on to that resentment and that bitterness, like getting your bars ran also allows you to let that go. And when you take a bars class, you get to meet different people in the area, especially if you're attending an in-person one, which I think most of them are all in person now anyway, because you can't do bars by distance. It's just not the same as the hands-on. You get to meet other people in the area, and then you can get together for trades after the class. Like, that's really fun. And trading bars with different people also opens up different space. And so if you're curious about the bars class, if it's your first bars class, it's $360. If you have ever taken a bars class before, you get repeat pricing, which is 50% off. And kids can come to the bars class for free. Kids 15 and under and kids 15 to 18 are half price too. So yeah, alrighty. Well, thank you guys for joining me for my chit chat. Cheers. Stay cool. I'm grateful for you guys watching this. And if you got anything out of it, I would be so grateful if you would share it if you wanted to. Who else is looking for these tools and they just don't know, and all of a sudden, boom. Alrighty, have an amazing day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now. Ha, Lori, can I be a kid? Hey, lady, I'm sure you got some money magic in you.